is YTJFan94, and I've finally returned doing these recap videos, and I'm trying to do as much as possible. I literally have a year's worth of events that I have not done a recap for, and I'm trying to basically, I don't know what's the word for it. I'm trying to go through them and record them as quickly as possible. Like, I basically, every week you're going to basically see a brand new recap video. You're going to possibly see me wearing the same thing, because I'm going to try to do everything in the one day. Not, well, maybe across 1 or 2 days, but I'm going to do most of them today. So basically, they're pre-recorded things, but obviously they'll give you the recap. But I'm going to start with the brand, the most recent ones to the ones that have been across the path. I've got myself a bit of water, so I know I'm going to be doing a lot of talking, and I had to close the blinds because there's not much, well, there's a lot of light coming in, and you won't be able to see whatever I've got signed. But I do apologize for that, though. But I'm going to start off with AWF Year End Extravaganza, which happened 2 weeks ago. Because today is what, I think the 16th, 17th today, I think. Yeah. So basically, I got there. It was the very first event for me for AWF. Like I said in the video, this was my first event in over a year. This company hasn't been doing events for a while. The last one was supposed to happen last year, but up at Panthers RSL Club, they basically said no more. If they didn't reach their requested amounts of, which I'm not too sure what it is in terms of booked tickets. So they're forced to no longer run any events in the future, which is pretty sad. But you got to look at it from both perspectives. You know, with the RSL Club having not bringing in much money, where they could have brought in a company that has or an event that had more money, and more patrons or more guests to come in and, hey, use their facilities to play this casino games, to gamble, to buy something to eat, to buy something to drink, whatever. Speaking of drinking, I'm gonna have to take another one. I do apologize though, but anyway. So they recently had an event, I think 2 months ago, up at Parramatta RSL Club, which was the Psychotic Slam. I wasn't there, but I found out that Michael Elgin from ROH, and like I said, I've been watching ROH for at least a good 3 months now, has basically come down, and he was going to wrestle, so I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity. So I got there with my brother, and basically, how can I say this? It was just a shed. It was an industrial area, and it smelled of shit and urine, as every Australian industrial area. But it was a load of crap, and to go from RSL Club to a shed, it's pretty sad for a wrestling company who claims to be a big company. But yes, so we got there. We got there around about 20 minutes before the actual doors opened, which was supposed to be 7:30. The doors didn't open until 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock was supposed to be the bell time. So this event is, I know this event because they are late a lot. Like a good 30 minutes late or whatever. And anyway, so we were waiting, and we met up with, well, we didn't really meet up, but the Straight Fate and another guy, I can't remember who it is, but the Straight Fate came up to my brother while I was recording the video at the front, asking about the Shield signing, and then basically, just started talking, and yeah, he does YouTube, I do, YouTube and all that, so it was pretty cool to meet up with, people, and then later on, Matt and Rihanna came in. These two are literally hardcore AWF fans. They've been there since the very beginning, or not the very beginning, but they're there every single event. So if I'm not there, they will be. So it was great to see them again and have some good laughs, as you saw in the video. Anyway, so we walked in. You immediately see Michael Elgin there with his little table and merchandise. I was actually expecting for them to have ROH merchandise, because I've seen in other videos where Michael Elgin has been at an independent company, not only he has his own merchandise, but they also have at least 2 or 3 other merchandise of ROH. I was a bit disappointed, but I wasn't gonna, I wasn't pissed about it like like it ruined my entire day. It didn't. I'm like, it's just merchandise, who cares? I was gonna, buy them on the website anyway. So I looked around, sat down, I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go buy the merch, whatever's there. Looked around and basically saw that they had 2 DVDs and an 8x10. The 2 DVDs were Michael Elgin's Best of Michael Elgin Volume 1 and Volume 2, and then the 8x10 was a little cartoon illustration for $10. While I was looking at him, he basically, say, hey man, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, how are you? And he goes, I'm good, thank you. And I'm like, cool. Looked at the merchandise, I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm thinking to myself, just buy a DVD, and basically I asked him which one is his favourite, Volume 1 or 2. And he had a little stack of Volume 1 and stack of Volume 2, so he slid off Volume 2, and he goes, that's it. That's the one. I'm like, okay, cool. $25, whatever. So I paid it, and I haven't watched it yet, but I skimmed through it, and there's only one ROH match with Jay Lethal, but there are other matches as well from his other companies. This is from the 2013 year, which is pretty cool. But hey, I'm happy with it. So basically, this is it. I do apologize, but yeah, sorry for the glare. I'm using my iPhone at the moment, but yeah, he didn't sign it. He didn't sign it at the time. I've seen people signing it when they were buying it, but he didn't sign it. But I got him to sign it during the intermission, and he asked it. Well, he didn't ask me, but he said to me, "Sorry for not signing it when you bought it." I'm like, "That's all right." And this is it, and that's the back there with Davey Richards and Michael Elgin. The actually sticker is coming off at this one here, which is a little cheapo. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to pat it down. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard they're really good matches in there. So obviously they're Michael Elgin, and like Rihanna said, they're Michael Elgin. So basically, you have to trust the wrestler who's selling the item. And then my brother ended up getting just the 8x10, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Just buy it. Pretty cool. That's it. And yes, my name is Damian, so Damian. He's the very first American to ever spell my name correctly. Because I know Bobby Roode and RVD, when I met them back in 2011, 2012, they spell it with an O-N, which was sad, but yeah. But Michael Elgin isn't the only wrestler to spell my name correctly, which is another story. So basically, just to run through the event, the matches were pretty good. I think there's 2 matches that really stood out, because every event that you go to, there's always a match that you're going to remember, or what made that event. Michael Elgin versus Dean Draven. Obviously, Dean Draven is my personal favourite from AWF. If you haven't seen him, see him, whether it's AWF or another company. I'm not too sure what other companies he is in, but go and see him. He's basically the Chris Benoit of Australia wrestling, or in AWF in this case. That match was awesome. I think a lot of people agreed on that. And then the main event as well, Apollo versus Dean Draven. This was for the OJ Cup, and basically the OJ Cup is a referee who passed away back in 2011, Owen OJ Fitzpatrick, and ever since then, they've been every year they hold the OJ Cup, which is basically this cup right here, and yeah, so that's basically it. Apollo and Dean Draven were the tag champions, so basically champion versus tag champion versus tag champion, partner versus partner. It was a really awesome match, but it was a shed, and I hated it. And even at a small place like that, it didn't even sell out, which was, again, sad. But at the end of the event, met up with a number of wrestlers. I met up with Apollo. I got a photo with him. Mighty Mel with her little custom-made, not her, but it's the actual AWF Women's Championship. Rachel Rose, TNT. Me and my brother ended up getting another photo with him. By the way, I forgot to show you the Michael Elgin photo. And later on, that was, I think, during the intermission. And then later on, I ended up getting a double-up photo. And when I mean double-up photo, I mean me and my brother getting a photo with the wrestler. So, again, with Michael Elgin. Me and Rachel Rose was actually talking as well about the whole shed thing, because that was her first match at that arena. She has been wrestling in the past with AWF, but she thought it was a massive joke, thinking, "Are you serious that we're wrestling in this?" And you know, you can't do much about it. But I think that's all I've met. Yeah, I think that was, and then I took a photo with Rihanna and Matt as well, and Adrian was there as well. So basically a pretty good event. But those are the two events. I also said to Michael Elgin, I started watching ROH. The whole Champions versus All Stars match was awesome and instantly became my favorite. He said I really appreciated it for him coming down and seeing him. And by the way, I also asked him about because I wanted to get the Volume 1 DVD. I asked him if he was selling it, like if he had his own personal store, or if he sells it at ROH. And he said no, he only sells it during his independent type company. And to tell the truth, basically it may sound a bit embarrassing to ask him that question, but it was a question that you had to ask, because I wanted to know if I could purchase this somewhere else if it doesn't ever come back, which I doubt that he'll be ever coming back. So it was a question, as I said, embarrassing question, but it had to be asked if I wanted to get the DVD. But other than that, he's a great bloke, and I wished him luck for Final Battle, which I've heard he lost, which is sad. But I think this video is going to be too long now, so AWF, thank you. 2014 hopefully rolls in. So yeah, see you in the next recap video.